there. You guys had a phenomenal year. It was so fun being there with you last night and see all you guys recognize and celebrate this last summer. And I was talking to Eli at the gym, and it's just kind of cool to like sit back and like, wow, look what we did. And like, let's close that book, that chapter of the book, and move forward to 2023. So we're going to talk about some of those things today. But before we do, I've got a few stats and some money. So there's a couple rules with this here. If you're above 5,000 accounts, you can't answer these questions. And two, if you shout it out without me calling on you, you owe me money. Just kidding. But really don't call it out, or else I won't know who to pay. All right, first question, little trivia, is what cup did we just give out? What year, what number? Right there, Lucas.
You want the real number or?
I want the number.
He can't answer.
Lucas, you're up. You're out right here. 8? Nope. What'd you say?
15.
Nope.
13.
Nope.
11.
Nope.
Oh my God. 14.
Nope. Right here.
14.
Nope. All right, no one wins. 16. All right, next. I got money I'm going to give away, so somebody's going to get this right. Who won the first cup?
Oh,
Right here. Cheyenne, you're wrong.
Adam Nelson.
Who shouted that out? You owe me
I said Cheyenne and Adam.
He said it. He said it. He used the word finish.
That's still wrong. Adam Nelson did win the first cup. And what year? For bonus points. So come get your money. You shouted out. You owe me $1,000 now, Greg. Just kidding. Right here.
2008.
No, still wrong. Right there.
86.
All right, 2007. We have a clip here. Let's roll this here. We got just a blast from the past, and then we'll get going. Hopefully, our videos work. Come on, let's go. That's a nice backdrop of Vivid. It's not the video. And then we'll jump into it. Just had to wait, make sure you're awake. Who was out late last night? The rest of you who are not raising your hand are lying. I know you were out late. That's the way you were David, so you went to bed early. Last night when David's like, tonight when we're in bed, like half of these guys aren't going to bed. You know this. All right, here we go. Watch this.
Ever since I've been planning on coming out here to Austin and selling, I never thought I'd come out here and meet someone like you. As beautiful as you, someone that we relate so good. It feels like I've known you my whole life. This is going to come up sometime, but, summer's coming to an end, and I gotta go back to school. I gotta go back to Utah. There's going to be a lot of other guys that are really interested in you, and I want you to stay strong. There's no way I can live without you. Come here.
That's good. That's good. All right, let's jump back to the best part of that video, Adam's gotten better looking with age, and I'm kind of upset. His hair's gotten better. It's amazing. That was awesome. Thank you, Kevin Swiss, for pulling that out of the vault. Love you guys. You guys have amazing leaders, and I know Kevin talked about that last night, but just love all of the leadership you guys have, and hopefully you guys feel that gratitude for them. They do care, and you guys have got just this competition DNA that's been here for a few years, 16 years since that first cup was won. All right, so let's jump into it. You saw all the stats here, and Greg, there was a message for you about last year. So a lot of people didn't think we could do it, right? You're like, oh, Evo's going to fall apart. No, it didn't happen. Here, this is your boy Trump, and he had a word for you about the season.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Brandon.
We weren't expected a couple of months ago, we weren't expected to win this one. You know that, right? We weren't. Of course, if you listen to the pundits, we weren't expected to win too much, and now we're winning the country.
So, again, we were like, can't do solar. You guys did solar. You guys grew. It's all of the challenge we've always had. And so you had a phenomenal year. You guys saw the stats. We'll blow through this here. You grew across the board. More money was put in the Salesforce pocket. We had upgrades back. We had new hardware. We sold solar. We stacked this all together. We had a phenomenal year last year. You and this group had a great year. As a company, we also grew and had a phenomenal year. 175,000 EFP. That's 173 million in commissions. We did upgrades and grew 36% with upgrades. That's 5 million on top of that in commissions we didn't have last year. We signed 195 megawatts as a company. That's up 95%. That's wanting to get 3 digits there, but maybe next year. And that would result in $120 million in commissions. And you look at the whole aggregate of what direct to home earned through Rivet is $300 million, just shy of $300 million. That's pretty over $250 million paid out commissions, up 30%. So all the haters, you know, we won, and we had a phenomenal year as a company. Amidst all of the headwinds we face as a company in the industry, like we've had success last year, we've had success continuing over multiple years. And a few stats I love seeing is just how we've adapted to what the company's asked us to do. Here, if you look at the customer payment, those of you who are with us from 2018, we used to average less than $70 a month. This last year, $90. That's about $21 over that period. And last year, we put more value in our customers' pockets, or in their homes, with a $7 increase. This isn't just arbitrary, hey, let me just gouge you. We're adding real value. We're selling cameras, new products and services to our customers, putting real value in their pockets. And that's an awesome trend here, because that also correlates to what you guys put in your own pockets and the opportunity you're able to pay for your people. Back in 2018 and 2019, it was less than $1,000. That's the total earnings per account. 2022, over $1,200 an account. That's up 37% over that time period. That's amazing progress and awesome to see you guys build more value. And like David said, with this meritocracy, you deliver more value to the customer, we pay you for that. Last year, commissions went up again. So as you look at this here, every year we go through changes and we come to you guys, and I'm going to say this is what we got to do to change, to adapt for the future. We've adapted, and it's resulted in more money to the sales force. And so as we go through some things here today, David talked about the current environment in the market. What did he say is the biggest challenge right now? Did you guys catch that? Inflation and interest. Those are huge headwinds for us. I'll show you kind of what that means here in a second. Here we go. So currently, last year when we talked, our biggest concern was supply chain. If you pull up the news this time last year, we were talking about all these ships stuck in the harbors and ports. They couldn't get in to deliver any of our goods, and we were backed up all over. We were very concerned about how much we were having to pay for freight, for our products, and it was climbing. And unfortunately, it was a little more than we even expected given the current environment. And then now, what hit us this midsummer was inflation and interest. You look here, it's probably hard to see from the back, that last big spike is in the 80s. How many of you weren't alive in the 80s? See, most of you. Inflation back then we haven't seen inflation since then. Since 82 is what we're seeing now is the type of inflation. And inflation means everything's going to get more expensive, which means our costs get more expensive. And so as a result, the government has raised interest rates massively, and that impacts our business pretty significantly. And so we have to be able to adapt to continue to have a thriving business and opportunity for you guys. And so let me show you how this impacts another industry we are in. We're in solar, and it impacts us every day with interest rate costs. So if you look at solar, I'll skip past these. These are all talking about the rate hikes that we have right now on interest rates. In solar, you've got higher panel costs as a result of inflation. We've got higher interest rates, and we've had higher labor costs to do a lot of the work. And so how has that impacted us on the solar side? It has impacted us greatly. Like the interest rate cost in solar is passed on to the customer. And so there's a lot of numbers here, but when you look at this, a year ago today, we used to sell the average customer, there we go, came up. The average customer payment, $137 roughly for an 8 kilowatt system in a lot of our markets. We had an interest rate that was 1.99. The world shifted on us, and you can no longer sell a 199 loan. Now you've got to sell $299 or $249. And so if you were to create the same customer payment, these changes take the commission from $6,000 down over 50%. Where should I be pointing this at? It does not click for me very well. There we go. It clicked now. So it takes it down 50% if you keep the same customer payment. So solar is adapted to these interest rates by, I get an email that says interest rates are going up tomorrow. And we have to deal with it. We deal with higher dealer fees. We deal with products disappearing. And that's how solar has handled these interest rate hikes. In our business, we've said to the board, it's really important we keep 0% APR for you. And so how do we accomplish the same or overcome the interest rate costs? So our board, we're a public company, so we have a board that sits in New York, and they call us up, they're like, interest rates are going up, why are you not charging interest? Because it's over $100 million impact to our business. So we'll skip this here, because what's really happening is we're having to charge the customer more money, and yet it still impacts our pockets pretty significantly. So that's how solar handles it. We get a call or an email saying interest rates go up, or you can't sell the 199 loan anymore, and we just deal with it. On the smart home side, we feel like we need to handle our business a little differently. We don't feel like the way we sell smart home, we shouldn't be charging interest today. And so how do we accomplish what we need to do there? So this really quick here. I'm so sorry. I don't know where to point. Did I point at you? Yeah, there we go. Now they're clicking. It's going crazy on me. All right. Okay. Well, all of those things are impacting us. Interest rates. Sorry. No, I think now we're bouncing all over. Let me try one more time. Maybe we're both clicking at the same time. Can you go to the slide that had an impact on Vivint? This one. No. Go back. Go forward the other way. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. It's good. You're going to see these slides again. They were so good. So many numbers and things, all right? All right. The slide right after this next one, Jessica, please. It's coming. All right, so with our business, the interest rate impact to all of Vivint is over $100 million in cash. Because when we have a citizen's loan, how do we give them 0%? How does that work?
We pay the bank.
We pay the interest. So it's not, the citizen's not just charitable, like, hey, I give you free money. We pay the interest. And so when interest rates go up, our costs go up. We also have debt on our balance sheet, and so when interest rates go up, our interest rates go up. It's not fixed. There's a variable component to it. And so it's $100 million of additional cost. Housing has also gone up on us this last summer by over $2 million. You guys probably see that in your own rents you pay. And then also, I'm going to get the slide. There we go. These are the three things I just told you about. Interest, housing, and supply chain costs have all gone up. And so, there's this video, I think this is straight from one of the board meetings that we recorded, talking about all these costs and how we handle it. So we'll play this for you, Greg. Oh, audio.
David, didn't I just tell you to save your money?
Yeah, I'm testing this out for the stores, so work is paying for it.
Work is paying for your betting?
I was gonna leave, but now I don't want to. So.
What is that? Is that a new lamp?
Yeah, I'm thinking of bringing homeware into the stores, so that's a write-off.
That's a write-off?
Yeah.
Do you even know what a write-off is?
Yeah, it's when you buy something for your business and the government pays you back for it.
Oh, and who pays for it?
Nobody. You write it off.
Who writes it off?
I don't know. The write-off people. What? Why are we having this conversation?
So if I need booze to get through my day, I can just write that off.
That's a stretch.
But the skincare products you got this morning, those are right off.
What skincare products? You purchase skincare products?
I am the face of the company. If I have acne, what does that say about the legitimacy of the store?
That's not a write-off. That's not a write-off. This? Not a write-off.
Well, the betting's non-refundable, so...
David, a write-off is a business expense used to reduce your taxable income.
Okay, well then, why isn't it called a tax write-off.
It is! It is! You can't just buy things for yourself and write them off.
Well, then I'll return some things. There's not enough space in here for the massage chair anyway.
I should get back to work, just in case any more of your packages arrive.
So Ethan, we tried to just write the interest off. It doesn't work that way. So we've got to have some way to accomplish and overcome those interest rate costs. And so, just like we've done in the past, we're going to give you exactly and transparently the changes we have to make as a business, and we're going to give you all the things to overcome it. I'm confident that when we digest that, the year is going to have better opportunities for us than we did last year. Earnings per account, per rep will improve next year. And so stay with me as we go through this. So there's three things that the three challenges we've got to overcome, and a lot of good that comes behind it. So we'll show you first transparently what's happening. So first, instead of charging an APR, because again, that was the phone call from the board saying, hey, why aren't you charging an APR? We felt like that would hurt sales in a lot of ways. And so we're saying we won't do that. We will charge a mandatory install fee. And I'll show you exactly how that will work. That puts cash to offset the interest rate costs. The second is because of our interest rate costs are going up on certain credit score customers, we're going to shift from deducting the deduction accounts from the 14.99 to being on anything below 650. We'll show you that on the pre-qual and on Insider when they're below 650. And I'll show you exactly the impact that will have on commissions. And then lastly, we have not increased rent for, I think 3 years since we increased married rent, and then single rent has been longer than the 7 years I've been here. So again, we'll show you exactly how you overcome all of those and make more money next year. We're going to put more tools in your hands. And every year we've done these things, we said, hey, the trend, this is what we got to change. We've overcome it. We've made more money. So trust me that we've put a lot behind this. A lot of thought, strategy has gone behind this to say, how do we build the best opportunity for you? So those are the three things. First off, with the required install fee, we're giving you 3 ways to handle it. You can finance the install fee, you can collect it up front, or you can waive it. They all have commission impacts differently. So I'll go those quickly, and we'll digest this more later. So first off, if you finance the install fee, you have a $149 install fee, or you can, and if that's not commissionable, not included payable RMR. If you finance $199, that will be commissionable. That'll be included in payable RMR, and then we'll allow you to charge up to $399. A lot of you have asked, hey Josh, if I text in the home for 5 hours, why can't I charge more and get paid on it? And so we'll allow you to charge more. And so there'll be a payable RMR when you charge over the $199. You can collect it up front if that's what you want to do. You can see how that's handled, and then you always have the ability to waive it if that's what the way you want to handle it, and there's a commission impact. It would be like you gave away hardware. Okay, and so here on the bottom, I'm showing you side by side. Those of you that love numbers, we'll show you really quickly. Last year, remember, we had to do an install fee on a buyout. Anytime you approved a buyout, which is 35% of our accounts at Vivint, you had to do an install fee, and you did not get commission on that. It was $199. The rest of the time, 32% of the time, we collected an install fee, and so your average payable RMR adder would be $161 per account last year. This year, if you guys can adapt with us and charge a $199 every time, your payable RMR adder will actually go up. Yes, we're asking you to do more work, but you're going to get paid for it. So if you can adapt and do the $199 install fee every time, you're going to get paid on it and you make more money. So that's the first one. The second one here is how we deduct on lower credit customers. Again, that interest rate cost is just going up, and we've got to find some way to offset it. And so instead of deducting on 14.99, it'll be anybody below 650. So there are going to be Fortiva 99s you don't get deducted on. There's going to be some Fortiva 0% you get deducted on, and occasionally a Citizen 0%. Last year, you got with the average deduction was on 16% of our accounts. This year, when we make that shift, it'd go up to 23. So this is exactly what that impact would be, and it'd be average of $1.33 an account. So that's just those are our two of the negatives. Then when you look at rent, and I'm giving this to you fast, but we'll be able to let's kind of see a summary view into that end here. When you look at rents over the last, there we go. You see these lines. You don't even necessarily matter. The trend is what matters. Rents have stayed relatively flat with a slight increase. For the last 18 months, rents have just skyrocketed, and that impacts us a lot. We house 6,000 people every single summer, all over the country, and so it's a massive cost to us. So we're happy to balance that, and so rents will go up. Oh, You guys saw that, right? Got it? Rents would go up. This slide. Yep. Sorry, we both were looking at the same time. Here we are. Rents would go up on $35 a week for a single. To compensate that, we would have the rent bonus increased. So the rent bonus at the 60 level and 200 level would go up by $500 to help offset that. So you have the opportunity, like, yes, we've got to offset rent a little bit, but we're giving you the opportunity to earn it all back if you hit the rent bonus. Okay? So those are the three things. We got plenty of good. So hopefully, Ethan, I told Ethan before, I need you to be my hype man, and he's like about to jump off a cliff right now. I promise I'll make you cheer in a second. But Ethan, like, I'm sorry, have you ever seen Home Alone, Ethan? Were you alive? Of course. This movie came out? Okay. It's one of my favorites. You made me feel like Marv here, Ethan. I'm sorry. Oh, there's no audio. He screams right now, like that. Or this, or Harry here. You don't want to burn your hair. And I guarantee you none of you have seen this movie, but this is a classic.
Hey! If any of you are looking for any last-minute gift ideas for me, I have one. I like Frank Shirley, my boss, right here tonight. I want him brought from his happy holiday slumber over there at Melody Lane with all the other rich people. And I want him brought right here with a big ribbon on his head. And I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotted-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is! Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
All right, so now get it out. But we've got, again, a lot of good. So hang here. Here we go. So first off, actually, nope, we came on. I was going to do a trivia. I was going to try to give away money. We fail 120,000 credits in direct to home every year. That's not a good thing, but I'm going to make it a good thing. And then 5,000 times a year, we get the results from hell, which are pass pre-qual. We get all excited, loan application, and then we get the lovely upfront. It is 5,000, Greg, I promise. But that sucks. So we are changing that. We are eliminating the word fail out of our system. No one will fail in 2023. Let's go! So, two things have to happen. The customer would pay a down payment of 25% of their hardware. Some of you are like, oh shoot, I cheered, maybe didn't want to cheer. That's still good. We've piloted this. So those of you are like, I can't collect a down payment. We piloted this with 5 offices throughout the summer. I went and visited the Chicago office and I saw these guys and they were just like, man, we're just failing all these credits. There's got to be some way to make it work. Because they were like, I do the DIY and then I do this, that, and that. I'm like, you're jumping through all these hoops. Like, let's go find a way that would be profitable for you to install these accounts. When you knock on the door, you do all that work, you get all the buying signs and signals, and then they say they fail. Let's find a way to do it. And this is how we're going to do it. So we've piloted it. It works. We did 1,200 accounts over the last 8 weeks with these 5 teams. And on average, the customer paid $500 down. So it works. You can get the down payment. And that's kind of our credit score now. If they fail, citizens fail Fortiva, they can finance here, 60 months, 0%. They pay 25% down, and there's a payable RMR reduction. Is that pretty rad? Yeah. All right. Okay, so there's one good guy. I'm making a lot of press, and we're going to try and get out of this depression without medications. Next year, buyouts. Oh, you got that quick. Here we go. So I'm so sorry. Let's go back to the never pay buyout again. There we go. Okay, last year we made some changes with buyouts where you could do the monthly buyout, and you didn't get paid on that $10, right? This year we're going to enhance that. We're getting rid of the buyout bank. How many of you understand how the buyout bank works? And you know you get paid, right? Oh, is there anybody that understands buyout bank and trusts it? One. Okay, he does because he trusts it. We got good trust here. Generally, though, most you're like, it's confusing. We deposit some money, and then it all works out. No. She's saying it's user error with this. It's not the technology's used. That's typically how it is with me. She's like, try to turn off and turn back on again. You know, it's my fault. It is my fault. So, this is how we're going to do it. We're getting rid of the bank. There's no more 50-50. It's just going to be a payable RMR reduction. It's based on what you charge. So we're going to start the ceiling, or the starting price a little higher. So you have more flexibility in how you discount the RMR. So we're going to push that up $10 to $15.